So you're about to embark on your new project. You've gone to the location and you're looking at the site. Everything looks nice. And the price is quite good as well. You are about to sign and then you find out there are easements. And then you walk away. You've done the right thing. Today we shall be talking about easements. Easements. There are many different types of easements, but in this video we will be concerned with two different types. Number one, stormwater systems, and number two, well, it has to do with number two, sewage systems. A stormwater pipe can run from the back of your property or from the side of your property, and generally these are registered, meaning it shows up in your contract and you definitely cannot build on top of it. Now this applies to properties in Sydney and possibly New South Wales. Other states, please do check. Sewer pipes can potentially be an easement if it is registered that way, but generally it is not. So that means we can build on top of it if, let's say, there is a sewer pipe running across the land and it is dividing the block of land in two halves and you have to build on top of it. You can. What you have to do is encase the sewer pipe in concrete. So encasing a sewer pipe is a expensive, costly exercise, right? And we dislike it. Why do we dislike it? Because it's money that is being buried under the ground, right? It will not benefit the occupants of the house in any way. It's just protecting a pipe. That's it. So if there's easement at your property, it is not necessarily always a bad thing. And the reason for that is, if you're building a house or a duplex, you are going to be building up to a certain part of the land. After that, it's going to be the backyard. And if there is a pipe running from the backyard, it's under the ground, that's not a problem. In fact, in some cases, it can even be beneficial. And let me explain how. Let's say you have a rear sloping land, meaning the front of the house sits higher and the back of the property where your boundary is lower. So all the rainwater is gonna want to flow down. If there is a stormwater pipe running from the back of your property, what the hydraulics engineer is going to do is that he's going to design all the stormwater system that takes the water and just puts it into that pipe at the back of the property. Easily done. However, check with your local council or with the architect. Not all councils will allow you to do this. You know, when I mentioned that it is sometimes okay if the stormwater pipe is running from the back of your property, the reason why I said that is that sometimes it happens that the stormwater pipe is just on the other side of the fence, running through your neighbor's property. And sometimes it so happens that neighbors are very, how should I put it, uncooperative. They don't want to deal with you. They will not allow you to go to their property and do anything at all. Then you are in a bit of a pickle, because now you will have to get all this rainwater up the property into the front gutter or something like that. You'll have to build some sort of a capturing device and pump it up or something like that, right? And you are spending money for pretty much no good reason. So sometimes if there is easement at the back of the property, that's not such a bad thing. It's only a problem when it is cutting through right from the center of the property. Then it may become difficult to build the property that you need to build to make the project viable, right? We are knocking down an old house to build a new one in order to make money, and you need to build what works for the project. While we're on the subject of pipes, when we're about to submit the development application to the local council, they would want to know exactly where the pipes are, which means you have to call in a particular kind of plumber who comes in and does what's called a peg out. Not a pig out, that's the act of eating, right? Peg out. So they have specialist equipments and things like that where they can locate exactly where the pipe is running from, how deep it is, and things like that, and then they'll make a map for you to submit along with other documents. The bigger a pipe is, or the deeper it is, the wider will be the zone of influence. They measure at a 45-degree from the bottom of the pipe how wide the zone of influence will be, and you will not be able to build anything on top of that. Just on the side note, there are also other kinds of easements. Your solicitor will be able to advise you about that in more details. Which brings me to the next point. Always get the contract checked by a solicitor before you sign. I know during buying a property, there are emotions and the agent puts on a bit of pressure. That doesn't help. And if we sign under those conditions without exactly taking into account everything there is in the contract, we might end up at the short end of the bargain. So always check. You might have many questions. By all means, please feel free to ask. If you don't ask, I won't know what to answer. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, as I will be bringing updates in a regular basis from my duplex project that's happening now. I'll make sure to keep those updates short and quick so you get the gist of it quickly, and hopefully from these updates you'll be able to pick up information that'll help you in your journey. Thanks for watching this video, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.